It was a beautiful Saturday in June. The sun was shining over my parents' backyard, and the smell of burgers and steaks sizzling on the grill filled the air. I was focused on the fire, manning the grill as I did every year at our annual family barbecue, thinking about the perfect moment I had been planning for months, proposing to Alexis. We had been together for 3 years. 3 years of laughter, trips, plans, and shared dreams. We had lived together for almost 2 years in the house I had bought before meeting her, my sanctuary, my safe space. I had worked overtime, sacrificed vacations, all to have a place where we could build a life together. Alexis worked in social media marketing. She was creative, spontaneous, and loved sharing her life on TikTok and Instagram, while I, more practical and reserved, preferred staying behind the scenes. Everything seemed perfect. At least, that's what I thought. As I flipped the burgers, I noticed Alexis constantly on her phone, laughing and posting stories with her friends. Nothing unusual. This was her world. My cousin Jay came over, looking uneasy. "Hey, have you seen Alexis's latest TikTok?" he asked. I shrugged it off, focused on not burning the food, but something in his tone made me uneasy. 15 minutes later, I pulled out my phone and checked her profile. What I saw froze me. There she was, surrounded by her friends doing a dance I didn't recognize, but the caption hit me like a punch to the gut. "Girls' day out while my practice husband mans the grill." The comments were even worse. "He's just a test run. Upgrade to husband number 2. Tutorial husband. Not even training wheels." Each word felt like a knife twisting in my chest. My hands trembled as I scrolled, trying to process the betrayal. 3 years of memories, plans, laughter, all shattered in an instant. For her, I had only been a trial, a practice husband. My heart raced as I glanced around the barbecue, everyone laughing, oblivious to my devastation. The engagement ring was in my pocket, a ring I had saved for months, 3 months of my salary, planned to propose at sunset with both families present. I simply placed the box on the table next to the grill and walked away. I didn't argue. I didn't say a word. That night, I checked into a hotel. I couldn't face returning home to see her there, smiling as if nothing had happened. The next morning, Alexis's messages flooded my phone. "Where did you go? Why did you leave without saying anything? Are you seriously upset over a TikTok?" I replied with only one message. "I'll pick up some of my things tomorrow. Please don't be there." I served Alexis with a legal notice, firm and clear. This wasn't a tantrum. It was taking control of my life. Her face shifted from surprise to disbelief. "A legal notice? This can't be serious," she stammered. "Yes, it is," I said. "Your practice is over." The following days were a whirlwind. Moving some belongings to a temporary apartment, reorganizing my life, rebuilding myself. Alexis tried to manipulate me with tears, calls, and desperate texts, but her sister Maddie became my unexpected ally. She revealed the truth. Alexis wasn't moving to Seattle. Her accounts weren't deleted, and her heartbreak act was just that, an act for attention and likes. Finally, a strange calm washed over me. I knew exactly what to do: cut all contact, renovate my home, and reclaim my life. I started remodeling, new paint, new floors, a redesigned kitchen. I returned the engagement ring and used the money to book a solo trip to Europe. I hiked the Alps, ate my way through Italy, and rediscovered myself outside of that toxic relationship. When I returned, a final letter from Alexis awaited me, full of anger and blame. But I was cold and unforgiving. I shredded it and went back to living my life. It's been almost exactly a year since that fateful barbecue. My house is fully renovated to my taste. I've been promoted at work, expanded my social circle, and even started dating casually. Alexis moved away, eventually to Chicago, and according to Maddie, she's with someone new, a man with a large social media following. She seems happy, and I genuinely hope she is. I've learned an invaluable lesson. Never ignore the red flags. Never compromise self-respect, and never let love blind you to reality. The pain of that breakup, as terrible as it was nothing compared to what a marriage or shared mortgage with someone who didn't truly value me would have been. Now, standing in my backyard, beer in hand, next to the grill, I feel at peace. I'm grateful, not for the relationship, but for its ending, because that ending freed me to step fully into my life, stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes next.